How's it going, everybody? This is the Stimulus Check Hub here to give you your daily stimulus check and unemployment benefits updates and latest information. If you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. A like and a comment are always appreciated. Also, if you wouldn't mind sharing this with your friends and family, because I'm sure they would also like the most up-to-date information on their stimulus checks and unemployment benefits available anywhere on YouTube, which is what I try to provide here on this channel. So today we're going to be talking about the stimulus check, and I'm going to be giving some updates, but I'm also going to be talking about why I personally believe this entire stimulus check debacle was planned and that the government had no intention of giving a stimulus check out before the election in 2020. So first, let's start with what actually happened when it comes to our stimulus checks. So the economy started to really contract about 3 or 4 months ago. We saw record levels of unemployment touching about 15 or 16%, far and beyond what we've ever seen in this country before. I think it was the highest in 150 years, even usurping the Great Depression. Now, we have since dropped down to about the Great Recession levels of unemployment where we currently hover. I think we're at about 8% right now currently. And what I want to focus on is that the government had no intention of passing stimulus before it was convenient for them. Because it's not about us. It's not about the American people. It's about the government and them maintaining control over our autonomy, over our rights, over our liberties. It's about them maintaining control. Let me explain what I mean by that. So, in a lot of states right now, we're seeing shutdowns again. They're shutting down bars, they're shutting down gyms, they're shutting down small businesses. And there's an argument to be made that that needs to be done. There's an argument to be made that in order to contain the virus, we have to close down small businesses. I understand that argument. What I don't understand is why companies like Walmart, Amazon, Home Depot are allowed to stay open and operate completely open. Sure, they practice social distancing, but why is it that the Walmart I went into in my area was packed to the brim with people? Why is it that other small businesses and small business stores have to stay closed, but large retailers get to stay open? That doesn't make any sense. So we have large and big businesses pretty much staying open. They never closed down. They were able to stay open throughout the entire duration of this pandemic. Look at all of the tech companies, Apple, Microsoft, Google, record-breaking sales, record-breaking revenue, record-breaking profits, record-breaking stock prices. Yet a small local tech shop has to close down because we have to maintain social distancing. That is the insanity of this. What the politicians are doing is very clear. The companies that have given the politicians money or campaign donations are allowed to stay open, and small businesses who can't afford to do so have to close down. That's very clearly what's happening here. So it is a transfer of wealth from the small and local mom and pop shops to the large businesses. That is exactly what's going on here. McDonald's is allowed to stay open. Granted, it's through the drive-thru in a lot of locations, but still, there's small businesses who can't afford to do drive-thru. I don't see why it's fair that McDonald's gets to stay open, but small businesses don't get to stay open. Look at the loans they were given to small businesses. Barely any loans were given to small businesses that weren't repayable. With large businesses, there were a lot of large businesses who were getting loans, but they didn't actually need them. So that's on the small business front. This was clearly a transfer from large businesses. It was clearly a transfer from small businesses to large businesses. Then let's look at it from the individual side. On an individual level, they've passed a one-time $1,200 stimulus check. Why did they do that? Very simple. They want people to be evicted from their houses. They want people to be evicted. The reason that's the case, because they want to be able to foreclose on people's houses. They want the banks to be able to take back all these assets because they're over-leveraged. This entire stimulus debacle was planned from the top down. It is a deliberate wealth transfer from the bottom to the top. That's what's going on here. This entire thing was planned. Especially look at the rollout of the economic stimulus package, how much of a debacle it was. We can put a guy on the moon, but we can't pass out adequate stimulus in a timely manner. Think about that for a second. We can do one of the greatest scientific achievements in human history. We can land somebody on the moon, but we can't send checks to our own citizens. This is crazy. There's also a part of me that believes that not only was the stimulus part of this planned, but I also believe that the politicians are working together, both right and left, in order to not pass stimulus until it's convenient. So let me explain what I mean by that. Firstly, we saw Donald Trump make a tweet that he wants to do more stimulus. I don't necessarily believe him. If he wanted to do it, he could have negotiated with Nancy Pelosi. I don't believe Nancy Pelosi. She could have negotiated with Donald Trump. So there's all these politicians saying that they want to make a deal. They're all saying, oh, we want to make a deal. Oh, we want a deal as soon as possible. But then when the time comes to put pen to paper, they're nowhere to be seen. And this is why I personally believe it's going to take until January in order for a bill to be signed. I think that they want the Christmas season to be bad because they want to focus on re-election. They want that to be a re-election running point. You know, Christmas was bad this year, but I'm here to fix it, or something like that. I also think it's possible they pass it this month and we get it before December. That's also a possibility because they want the December shopping season to be good. There's various possibilities here, but the point is the government planned this lack of stimulus. They want to test the people. They want to demoralize the people. They want to weaken us to get us to a point where we're easily controlled. They want to pin the right and left against each other. That way they can further steal the goodies they haven't already stolen. They want to steal what little wealth they haven't already gotten for themselves and their cronies, and that's really what's going on here. That's why during these second lockdowns, you'll notice we didn't pass any stimulus yet, and you're going to see the country start to lock down again. You're already seeing it in isolated states. I think Michigan, New York, a couple other states are starting to shut down. You're going to see a national shutdown eventually, I predict, and I'm guessing there's still not going to be stimulus probably until January or February because the politicians, it's not about helping you. It's about transferring wealth from you. They want what little money you have left for themselves. They don't care about you or your family. They only care about themselves and re-election. Also, they already got through the election period. That's another point. They already got through the election period by pointing and blaming the other side. They never actually had to do anything. So they were able to pretty much point at each other and blame each other for this debacle in order to avoid taking responsibility for what they've done to the economy, for what they've done to individuals, for their lack of response to the virus. This was all planned from the beginning. I think it was completely in our government's control to pass more stimulus. Other countries around the world have done much more generous stimulus than what we've done, but you don't see those kind of responses here from our government here in the U.S. You see a lack of a response. You see a response that makes me think we're a third world country, even though we're supposedly the most powerful and wealthy nation on earth. I don't really see it very often. But that's the point I'm trying to make in this video. This entire thing was planned from the beginning. This was a coup by the politicians to weaken the lower and middle classes in order to gain what little control and prosperity we have in order to demoralize us. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. A like and a comment are always appreciated. Also, if you wouldn't mind sharing this with your friends and family, because I'm sure they would also like the most up-to-date information on their stimulus checks and unemployment benefits available anywhere on YouTube. Have a good one, everybody, and stay safe.